This is Austin St. John, Jason, the original Red Ranger. You are watching the Morphin Network.
Good evening.
Today's Morphin Network video is sponsored by Ranger Stop and Pop.
This Morphin Network video is sponsored by Ranger Stop Convention and Ranger Stop and Pop. Have you ever wanted to see all your favorite Power Rangers together in one epic convention? Go to Ranger Stop! Ranger Stop and Pop! August 27th to the 29th, 2021! Atlanta, Georgia! Ranger Stop 8! November 11th to the 14th! Orlando, Florida! Get your tickets now! Carson's Corner is a black LGBTQ-owned small business. They sell merchandise and apparel on pop culture franchises such as Dragon Ball, King of the Hill, Sailor Moon, and of course and most importantly, Power Rangers. If you're interested in getting their amazing merch, be sure to check them out at carsoncorner.com. Link will be down below.
Hello, everyone.
Yes.
Yes, I'm Quasar Red from Morphin Network, and you know my partner, Red Star, aka Slumboy, because he is tired, because he's suffering a side effect from being bitten by a mosquito. So we're going to take him out today. Anyway.
Oh no. Okay. I am fully vaccinated, everybody. So I just feel a little woozy. So bear with me if I'm getting a fever, but that's one of the side effects. But the show must go on.
Mm-hmm. So without you, okay. So anyway, welcome everyone to Sentai Hero Special, and today we are covering episode 8 of Zenkaiger. And it is called Going from World to World, Door to Door. So, anyway, so it feels like it's been a while since we've last seen you all. I mean, it just feels like agonizing ever and ever. Anyway, what have you been up to, Red Star? Any opening comments?
Man, other than the fact that this vaccine makes me feel like I want to just go sleep all day, it sucks. But anyways, well, nothing much except knowing that this week is going to be a little bit crazy because hearing some news and all that. But besides all the vaccine and the news, things are going well, and I'm excited to talk about this episode because this is pretty. I really enjoyed the episode, and it was pretty fun. And how about you?
I enjoyed this episode too. I think it had a lot more happened than I was expecting it to. I guess we already got spoiled from it, but the setup, it seemed like a typical, second part to this character's intro, and then suddenly we found out it's an intro to another character. Mm-hmm. But we'll dive into that as we go along. So let's start off. The episode begins with where it picks up from the last episode, where the Zenkaigers, Vroom, Majin, Gaon, and Juren are all facing off against previous giant mechas from, over the years. This is looking really intense and really dangerous. We have all these former mechas, getting ready to challenge, and that's not all. Stacy manages to even summon even more of them, and it looks like this is overwhelmed because we have so many previous giant mechas. This totally looks like they recreated the iconic moment from 199 Hero Great Battle, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just seeing all these mechas coming out from from Stacy's Gearzinger. Like, I was hoping this would be an epic battle, but I was wrong.
Well, it was a pretty good fight when it started off, and Jiren and Gown wanted to get the wanted to take them all on, and Majin and Vroom were nervous about it, and Gown takes on Denzi Robo, and Gown takes on Bio Robo, and of course, being Super Sentai, they use stock footage of their finisher attacks, and before the team could finish the job, or before the old mechs could slaughter them, suddenly they all disappear, and it's what's the big boot the emperor is, or the big bad, he's not real happy about this, and what was the reason?
So Bokuwas, he was very unpleased with the result, because Ijirud explained that what causes all these mechas to disappear was that the Gearzinger, when Stacy unleashed all of these mechas to fight off the Zenkaigers, for some reason it just couldn't work. The theory, too much in a cup could spill the whole thing,
or too much in the soup spoils the broth.
Yeah, if too much water is in your cup, it'll overflow and everything will fall apart.
Yes.
So by that theory, the Gearzinger has its limits, and the Gearzinger happens to all the mechas were vanishing because the Gearzinger does not have enough energy, and Ijirud and Lord Bokuwas was hoping these mechas that Caesar summoned would defeat the Zenkaigers, but Ijirud just explained to Lord Bokuwas, yeah, there's a slight hiccup. Yeah.
This kind of reminds me of when they couldn't make all those monsters grow in Ninja Storm, and they say they only got a certain percentage or something. But anyway, Rocket Dude shows up, and what did
Barashitara?
Yes, Barashitara, and he brings with him a new monster, Door World. Apparently,
Door World
kind of reminds me of the Ministry of Magic and the Order of the Phoenix, and he reveals to the Zenkaigers that Stacy is actually his son, and he has had 893 wives, or at least he's had, for that. We don't know if he's had any more, which is, a little weird, and even
893 wives? Okay, I don't know what was Barashitara was doing, but man, what a dirty dog. And I don't know how he produced Stacy, but there are so many questions. But I don't want to get into that too much detail because we're focusing on Zenkaiger. And if in the further, as the series further goes on, I hope they give us the detail of how Barashitara was able to produce Stacy. And remember, Stacy said he's partially human. Remember that.
And Stacy also reveals that his mother is also human as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what happens?
So when as Barashitara were telling some of these secrets to the Zenkaigers, well, Door World, he summoned these 5 doors behind the Zenkaigers, and Barashitara just swung his staff and knocked them into these doors that enters them into a different dimension. And what?
Actually, not different dimension. It just takes them to different parts of, Japan.
Different places.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, but in this photo that that my partner Quasar Red put up, so as they knocked through these portal doors, Kaito ends up in some family's home, while Jiren, he ends up in some kind of a Japanese dojo or a meditation room. Majin ended up in an office where the elevator door is. And Gaon, he did end up in the office at first, and Vroom, he ends up in like what it looks like a train station or or kind of like or like a convention center. We're not sure.
It's kind of funny, actually. The place, a little minor fact. It's kind of funny they feature Bio Robo from Bioman in this episode because that place that's right behind Vroom, which you can't see, that was used for a lot for like that's like it's a staircase or an elevator place. It that was used for a lot of that was used a lot in Gowering or Bioman, which is kind of funny. Probably an unintentional reference. Anyway, what were you saying?
Yeah. Okay. So as the Zenkaigers are trying their best to find their way back to stop Stacy and stop Door World from from attacking or hurting other citizens that are being trapped into this door transporting like magic. Barashitara told Door World to like stick to Stacy, keep an eye on him, But as the Zenkaigers continue their way to get back to each other, Majin ends up in well, it looks like it's a bathhouse.
Yeah, yeah. Like, well, and we see like a Trinoid is in this,
Kikainoid?
A Kikainoid is in one of these bathhouses, and it's just like, isn't that kind of dangerous? Wouldn't he short circuit or something? But
I don't know, because Kikainoids, they are highly advanced androids, and they could be waterproofed. Do you think they could be made from Apple Company?
Probably, or or
Sony.
We saw that Alpha 5 could sweat too. Anyway, Suchen, he's like, telling Kaito, like, this is like everyone all over the city is getting, transported to different areas, because of these doors. And like even Kaito's grandma gets caught up in this, although she gets a little bit of a leisure from it because she's like is suddenly sent to a movie theater where she's watching a Toei Company film, which is kind of hilarious. And,
I think it's an early sneak preview or sneak access for the Super Sentai fans to watch the new Zenkaiger movie, and she gets a taste of it while we, Quasar Red and Red Star, we are just set behind, and we are not experiencing that in Japan.
Right.
Like, have you ever been to a Japanese like movie theater? No. Like, it is so clean, and just going to the theater is just so fun. But it's nothing compared to like American theater.
Red Star, I'm over here.
What? Oh yeah.
You were looking that way, so yeah, that kind of blows. But so we cut. So Kaito gets the brilliant idea. Maybe they could just jump out the window, and like Kaito ends up like outside, like in like a manhole, which you guys are instantly thinking Ninja Turtles. But this also makes me think of Peggy and Go Ranger because when she was doing like her costume change episode, she becomes she puts on a wedding dress and like she sneaks into a sewers in a big wedding dress, which was kind of hilarious. And then Jiren tests it out too, and it doesn't work either. And even Majin finds herself at a wedding too. It's just I'd love to know how exactly she like got her how exactly she found herself like holding on to this bride, and but also a little antic, she catches the bouquet, and then suddenly we cut to the Trinoid Dynasty world. And by the way, a little detail I want to mention with Giga, he so far has only been seen. Yes, he so far has only been seen on what's the big bad's name again?
The bird?
No, the big bad, the wall.
Oh, Barashitara.
Barashitara, we've only seen him on his shoulder, and he looks massive compared to the Rocket Dude and Igaru, but and they actually keep that consistent here because we see him like working at like a console, and he's even bigger than them, so that's kind of funny. Anyway, what are they talking about?
What?
What are they talking about in this scene?
So, I think. Wait, I don't. I forgot. Like, what were they talking about?
That's the drugs for you. Okay. So Giga, like is saying, you must be proud, Bon Shitara, your son is doing his first battle and he doesn't really seem like he could care less about it. And like we cut back to the Zenkaigers and they keep finding themselves in like different places and they get even further. And then Kaito finds himself in this near this river bay where he wonders if he's even back in Japan. And fortunately Stacy is there to meet him off. And my big question is why was this shovel just parked next to a river?
No idea, but it's kind of cool that Stacy like knew where he was going and he just found out where Kaito ends up. So wow, I think Stacy has that sixth instinct that he can tell where Kaito would end up. So bravo to his special skill. But as we go on, like we have this huge conflict that is going on between Stacy and Kaito. So in this scene where they finally meet up, they were talking something personal that Stacy he has abandonment issues. It seems like he has parenting issues or abandonment issues, and like with Barashitara, like going through 893 women or wives, he was able to have a son that is Stacy, and Stacy, he just couldn't, he couldn't stand looking at Barashitara because maybe Barashitara has done something terrible to his mother in the past that he just he's just rejecting him because of what he did to his mother. And
Mhm.
when when he's trying to get Kaito into having that share the same perspective with him, like Kaito, he denies it. He doesn't think that his parents like left him because they want to or they abandon him. Kaito believes that they were taken as hostage
Mhm.
by the Tojitendos. But
Mhm.
Stacy, he thinks, however, that like his own mom abandoned him because with the Kikainoids or that Tojitendo like does something terrible to him and his mother. And Stacy even mentioned that, hey, Kaito, what do you think? Don't you think that they're lying in a ditch in Tojitendo headquarters? They could be in prison or worse. But Kaito, he denies that there's no way my parents would abandon me because I have full faith in them that they wouldn't do that to their son. And then
Mhm.
he got so pissed because he does not like Kaito's like view, thinking that, oh, just because they left you, you think they don't really mean that? I'm gonna make you eat those words. Now you made it personal. Boom. Dark change. Wow.
Mhm.
So what do you think what's going on between these two?
Basically, Kaito is basically Stacy resents Kaito because he still has faith in his parents, whereas he currently believes that his mother either abandoned him or she's dead, and that he's parent, and that his parents was an unhappy union, whereas Kaito's seems to be, and so there's just like originally Stacy didn't have anything against him, but now he's has a reason to fight him, and
Mhm.
so their rivalry like officially begins. And I actually think this is really cool. Like it gives like originally it just seemed like these two were just fighting just for the sake of it, but now Stacy actually has legitimately hates Kaito, and now he wants to beat him and
Mhm.
make him eat his words. So yeah, it's a bit of it's like a really intense stuff for and now he and now they have some now like their fire has ignited and their
Now
rivalry.
their rivalry is is serious.
Mm-hmm. So yes, so now Kaito has made a powerful new enemy, and not only who can, summon previous Sentais and possibly may even have an idea of where Kaito's parents are. We'll just have to see. Anyway,
As the fights go on, right? Yeah.
yeah, as the fight goes on, you want to go or should I?
I'll take this one, and then you'll move to the next one. Yeah.
Okay.
So as the fight goes on, like Stacy, he summoned Mask Man and Five Man.
Mm-hmm.
So as Stacy summoned them, they're about to battle it out with Zenkaiger or Kaito. I don't know. Do you still want to call him Kaito, or do you still want to call him Zenkaiger?
Okay, when he's morphed, let's call him Zenkaiger, but when he's in his regular form, we can call him by his real name.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as the fight continues on, we go to Si-chan's office, and he's explaining where the heck are you guys? Because he is trying to track down Vroom, Majin, Jiren, and Gaon, because they're still in a portal by portal situation, because Door World put a spell on every door in the entire city that they'll go to places that ends up random places.
Mm-hmm.
But as the fight continues on, and when Zenkaiger is being overwhelmed by Five Men and Mask Men, why don't you take this part? I think this is your favorite part.
Yes, and suddenly crash.
Boom!
The other Zenkaiger show up, and Door World appears, and he's all confused, how did they escape his limbo trap? And it turns out they just went giant size and just walked, and didn't use any more doors. They just went outside. This is kind of, or they stayed outside and just went back to Japan. They just walked back, and this kind of makes me think of there was a scene in Gumball where they were trapped by the internet. The internet was affecting everything around them, and they're like, "We're doomed. How are we going to avoid this?" And then suddenly it shows them walking through the park, and he goes, "Or we could just cut through here. Yeah, this would be much easier." And so they were able to, get away. They were able to, get back to Kaito and save the day. And the team, they do their roll call, with them being giants and all. And so Stacy is not real happy about this whole thing, and Door World gets ready to attack, but then suddenly Stacy, just crushes him and kills, Door World. By the way, this shot here, he just looks totally evil.
No regret. He just destroyed Door World.
Yep. And so he uses one of the giant robots to make a giant version, and cause more doors to open for the giant Zenkaigers to take on. So the team suits up, more combines, and, they take him on while Kaito is continuing the fight on the ground, and Stacy summons another previous Sentai team, Flashman.
Man.
Did you notice the his revolver kind of sounds like an evil version of the Gokaiger's equipment?
Not really. I didn't notice that.
You didn't notice when they shout out the previous Sentai's name?
Flashman.
Anyway, one more thing, and then you're up. Okay, so the team, they managed to defeat Door World after he caused a few obstacles for them to get through, and Kaito is all happy, and then Stacy just comes in and slaps him and is like, this ain't over yet. And then he summons the Gosei Great Megazord and the Jungle Pride. Oh, wait, sorry, wrong notes here. He summons Gosei Great and Geki Tojin, to battle the Zenkaigers. But suddenly they're vaporized, and suddenly this thing appears. And why don't you take it?
Dang, it's almost like a ship from Star Trek.
Makes me think of Gavin's ship from Gokaiger.
Yeah, but as we look at this picture and the next photo where we see the like Zenkaiser and Stay Caesar, they're just looking at each other like, "Are you behind this? Are you doing this? No, no, it's not me." And who comes out of the sky or from that ship? And this mysterious character shows up, and his name is Zox. Yeah, so wait, this photo, yeah, this one.
Yeah.
So this character, his name is Zox. Zox Gold Tweaker. So Zox Gold Tweaker is this mysterious ranger, and when he introduced himself with singing.
And right quick, I saw one of our comments. Kim has a request. Can we sing what he was saying? Okay, ready?
Okay.
One.
Let me let's get rid of this. Okay. Hold on.
Okay.
Yo ho hoy, yo ho
Oh,
hoy,
yo.
yo ho hoy, yo ho hoy, yo ho hoy hoy.
Yo ho hoy, yo ho hoy, yo ho ho hoy.
I am a pirate just sailing through seas, and I want to get the treasure, and I will get it no matter what.
Wow, so clearly a Six Ranger intro. That's the stuff of legends.
Yeah, and but after that sing along, who would have thought that Zenkaiser would sing along as well? So, look at this photo. He is just caught up with that tune and that singing from Zox, and he's just like enjoying himself. But as Stay Caesar and Zenkaiser are just being distracted, Zox, he just pulled up something that is the Gokaiger, what it seems like a Geertlinger, but it has that design from Gokaiger. So if you look closely at Zox morphing or Geertlinger, it has this helm, like a pirate helm, as like as a cranking tool for the Geertlinger, and he has the most entertaining like dance morph ever. Ding ding ding. Ding. It's like change the Tukai. Ding 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 ding. Hey! Hey hey! Hey!
Oh
Hey
shoot!
hey! Ha! Boom!
Oh shoot! I forgot to mention something right quick.
What are you mentioning?
So like I said, we had the scene where Stacy summons Flashman to battle Kaito or Zenkaiser, and he's getting overwhelmed, and so Suchen tells him to summon another Gatlinger or another gear, and it is that of Machine Sentai Kieran Major, and they use the gemstones to defeat the Flashman, which is quite fitting given both Sentai teams are same color scheme and they're both gem themed, which is kind of cool. Anyway, continue on with the yo-ho-hoy, yo-ho-hoy.
Yeah, so as we watch Zox like morphed, look at this costume. Oh man, like this is just cool, and he calls himself Pirate Power 2 Kaiser.
Yes, it looks pretty sick. It looks like it would fit perfectly in with the other Gokaigers.
And when he morphed, he's trying. Remember, remember in his song that he's sailing sea to sea, world to world to find that treasure and take it no matter what. Well, he thinks that Stay Caesar has that certain treasure that he wants, because I think the treasure he is looking for is those gear coins, and he thinks Stay Caesar has one of those treasures. So as the fight goes on, he knocks some coins out of Stay Caesar, and when 2 Kaiser got his hands on one of the Stay Caesar's like gear coins, he was like, "Huh, this is not what I expected. And he was like, oh man, I was looking forward to these Toji Gear coins, but these are nothing. So he just tossed one in the air and destroys it. And he destroyed the rest of the Toji Gears those purple Toji Gear coins.
That Stacy uses. Mhm.
Yeah, do you think there's like more different versions of coins out there? Because the Toji Tendos can create their own like Super Sentai summoning gear coins. The Zenkaigers, they use their coins for like ability boosts, and
Mhm.
Two Kaiser, he probably has the same like ability boosts like Zenkaiger is.
Right. So let's just have to see, like, maybe, like, say, maybe Kaito's parents are like being held and are forced to, make more coins for the bad guys or make more coins for Stacy. Who knows? We'll just, like I said, we'll see as the show progresses. So yeah. So Stacy has been slightly weakened because he no longer has, all those gears at his disposal, and he retreats Bosco style, saying, we will handle this another day. Peace. And the Zenkaigers and Two Kaiser are, a little confused, and like the episode ends, and we will find out what his deal is next week. So that was episode 8 of Zenkaiger.
Yes. So at the end of episode 8, this leaves me to a lot of questions.
Mm-hmm.
What is Two Kaiser's real intention, like coming to Earth, and what did he mean by treasure? Because remember in Kaizoku Sentai Gokaiger, the ultimate treasure that they found was like this mysterious like pyramid block that could give them any wish they want, like universal wish. So what treasure lies on Earth this time for Zox?
And especially since this is an alternate universe.
Mm-hmm. And like, do you think Zox is going to like team up with the Zenkaigers like as an official new member, or do you think Zox is going to use them like as a collateral to get what he wants?
I believe this might be kind of similar to Takamichi, where he's out for his own vendetta or for his own goals. But we'll just have to see. Like I said, I'm interested in what Zotz has to what Zotz's like plans are. So
yeah. All right, so that is the end of our episode, and I already gave you all my thoughts and my theories of who Zox Gold Tweaker is. And before we start, let's check our comments. No, not check our comments. Let's give our thoughts on the episode. Yeah, like
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So Quasar, what are your overall thoughts of this episode?
I think it's a 9 out of 10. I think my only real problem is, like I said, this the opening scene. It looked like it was going to be really big and intense. We have all these mechas that are flooding the city, and the team doesn't, and it looks like really bad, and then just suddenly, poof, they're gone or they're defeated. Like would have been kind of neat if maybe this was like part of the episode, and then they shrink down, get sent to various different door worlds, and that would have been like the cliffhanger. And then next week would pick up with Stacy and how they got out of this problem and introduce them, the new guy and all. But overall, I think this episode is a very fun one. It's a little basic. They're trapped in these door limbos and they're just trying to figure out a way out. And it is kind of funny how, despite what a big problem it was, it had a pretty simple solution. So I thought that was kind of hilarious. And so overall, I guess I give this like I said, 9 out of 10. So good episode, and a good intro for the new guy. But I wouldn't say it's like breathtaking or amazing. It's fun with a few underwhelming moments. But anyway, what will you give it?
So I would also give this a 9 out of 10. And like my partner Quasar read, like in this shot, when all those mechas like were being summoned by Stacy, maybe they just don't have the budget. That's why they just cut them off. because it will probably be inexpensive, like visual effects, to have all those Zords on that one shot and start fighting off the Zenkaigers or something.
They could fake it a little, but maybe they'll do this again in another later on.
Yeah, and overall, I like this episode because I just can't get my mind out of this character Zox. Like, I just really like this the Geertzlinger that he has, like with the helm and his personality, and with Stacy's background story and Zox like intentions to find that certain treasure. This is giving me so much like details of what these characters are going to do, and this leads me to a lot of things that I like to know. How, like, I want to know more about Stacy's background story, and I want to know more about Zox. And if the writers can write it well, then bravo, because I don't want Zox and Stacy being left out when it comes to background stories and character development.
Yes, that'll be interesting to learn as the show goes on.
Yeah. So 9 out of 10, and yo hoy yo hoy yo hoy hoy. Hey hey hey.
Anyway, comment time.
Yeah. All right. Comment time. Let me just.
Climbing time.
All right. So Aiden says, "Yo, what's up, guys?"
Okay.
And Aiden, we all remember from last week's episode, you did mention episode 8. So congrats on checking that episode earlier and all that. And Alejandro says, I love Power Rangers. Yes, we all love Power Rangers. Thank you. And in our early comment, our friend Kim says, my request for both Ken and Clement, please sing Yo Ho Hoy. Yeah.
Yo hoy. We'll make that our instead of our goodbye wave, we'll have this be our we'll sing this one last time.
Okay, yeah, I think we should sing this before we like sign off. That'll be fun. All right, and Kim says, "Hooray! I'm so happy after we sing that song." All right, and David says, "So Stace Caesar is the son of that robot bad guy and a human girl, wife number 893. How crazy is that?" It is crazy.
Yes.
Man, what do Kikai noise do to humans? What do they do?
We'll probably never figure that out.
Yeah. And Kim says, did you guys notice Stacy summoned Majikin, Daijujin, Daiboken again in the beginning? Oh yeah. I did remember, but it's just oh man, there's so many mechas, I just couldn't catch up.
Right. Maybe they probably like he probably doesn't have that many, and so he probably just decided to resummon some to really stress it out.
Yeah. And also, the rest got summoned without erecting the DX toy packaging. Oh man. Yeah, I think all that summoning did not like cause like the Geared Singer to explode, because wasting too much energy and power on a powerful weapon could like
Overload it,
cause some malfunctions. All right, so that's all of our comments, and wow. What an amazing episode, and what a fun introduction to Zox Gold Tweaker. So congrats, and welcome to the new welcome to the Zenkaigers series.
And we can't wait to see what more he has to offer. So I guess that does it for today.
Yeah, and before we go, any other things you'd like to say?
No, but first you can find me on Instagram, brown_k, as well as QR Ranger Book. And where can we find you, Red Star?
You guys can find me on Instagram, clayout1031, and also you guys can find me on the Morphin Network. Pretty easy to find. And yeah, that's about it. And thank you all for tuning in today's episode of Sentai Hero Special. And next week we're going to review episode 9, and hopefully. Well, there are some times like the series will not show weekly by weekly, but I have a feeling like, well, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna keep you guys updated on the next week's episode for episode 9 when we when it comes out or it's uploaded on the website that we watch the series.
Yes. So if anything happens, we'll let you guys know.
Yeah. And thank you all for tuning in, and thank you, Kim, for requesting us to sing that Yo Ho Hoi. That was pretty fun, and now
Right.
it's officially stuck in my head.
Okay. And so for our bow out, ready?
Yes.
One.
So we're gonna cast ourselves out by singing that song. So without further ado, I am Red Star,
I'm Quasar Red.
and thank
Right.
you all for what were you saying?
Thank you all for watching. Sorry. Ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Yo ho yo ho yo ho.
All right.
Catch you.
So bye, guys, and remember, stay safe, stay healthy. Zenyukyu Zenkai.
Catch you all later. Yo ho yo ho yo ho.
Bye.